Sharpshooters Video Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus the Grand Finale, alongside Eric. We're finally doing it. This is actually it. It's not the pre-show that we did at Arian House with the dirty background and all that. So this is it. Today's episode is we're doing the draft. We're doing the draft with the under 30s wrestlers. And I don't believe this is not every wrestler on the planet that's under 30. This is probably the most important wrestlers under 30, I would say.
Well, my list was that
unless you dug some people up.
No, when I compiled my list, I went through the three main wrestling corporations. And I looked in Ring of Honor, TNA. I went to FCW and I went to WWE.
What about NWA Championship Wrestling?
Did not go there because my criteria for picking my individuals were I had to see these guys actually wrestle.
Okay.
So that was one of my main rules. Also, when Marcus first sent me the list of the format for the show, he had all these names who were like 30 and 31. I'm like,
they were 30.
What the fuck?
It was 30. It's 30 and under. That was the original rule.
No, when you sent me the email, you said under 30, Marcus.
I don't see it in my notes here that I said that.
Anyway, so
I think it was a typo. I think I forgot to type 30 and under.
So I guess we should start. Are we gonna start right now?
Let's start. You got the first draft.
I got the first pick,
and I didn't bring any paper. I should have brought paper.
With my number one pick.
Look at him printing stuff out.
I'm printing my stuff out.
I can't believe this.
I was ready for this, man. I'm prepared for this one, man.
I didn't print anything out. I'm gonna have to make scratches and not know I made scratches.
In the Mr. Monte Wrestling Federation, I select with my number one.
That's your federation.
Well, because you probably have Grand Finale Wrestling.
No, I don't.
I
got Hard Knocks Wrestling.
All right. Well, no, Marcus, I have changed. I have officially changed my name.
You can't do that.
I am now. It's the Prime Factor Wrestling Federation. Yes, PFWF.
And
what our first pick in the under 30 draft, Marcus. I'm going with no other than the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes' son, Cody Rhodes, with my number one pick.
You know, I'm happy you picked him. I believe you have a lot of upside on this. You can explain why, not me.
Marcus, he has an upside. He has the lineage of having the great Dusty Rhodes as his father.
What, you trying to dig him into this?
Goldust has been successful. And we're picking five. We're picking five.
Right, and tell us when the last minute and a half is gone and the draft is over.
Dude, you can see it right here.
I can't see a clock. My eyes aren't that good.
Anyway, I'm going with Cody Rhodes. He's young, he's athletic, he's charismatic, he can talk on a microphone, and I think he would be an excellent pick to build my federation around. That's why he is my number one pick for the PFWF.
Oh, Eric, I think you made a mistake.
All right.
You just picked Ryan Lee number one.
All right.
Wow.
So, my number one pick is, I think he's 26 years old according to Wikipedia. And he's a Ring of Honor wrestler, and he's known as Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen. I feel
Son of a bitch.
That's why I was nervous. I knew how much you love Kevin Steen. I feel he has the size factor. He has the it factor. He can talk. He is very athletic for his size. To me, he reminds me of Samoa Joe in his prime. And I feel that he can carry my company all the way to great heights.
Marcus, I can't be upset with your pick.
Where'd you have him?
I had him at number 6.
You had him at number 6?
Number 6. No, Marcus, I have some people on my list that I feel are very... Because when you look at my list, you will see that I have a theme and a repertoire, if that's even really a word.
A
Repertoire.
Of the individuals wwho I feel. No, it's the greatest thing. I broke the no cussing rule. If you already know, I cussed.
Did you?
Yeah.
You called me a son of a gun.
And
with the B word.
I think I said the F word. Well, Mark, you can beat that out. But I love Kevin Steen. He's one of the few things in professional wrestling, especially in Ring of Honor, that I find entertaining because he's such a young, he's husky. On top of that, and he's athletic. So Marcus, I totally agree with you picking him as number one. So there you go. But Marcus, my number 2 is a former Ring of Honor star, but he is currently in WWE development. He was already known as Tyler Black.
Yeah,
he is Seth Rollins, Marcus. When I look at Seth Rollins, who I'm picking number 2, he reminds me of a young CM Punk. Marcus, the ladies love him, and he can be an evil, dastardly bastard. Apparently, the girls love him in FCW, and I think that him and Cody Rhodes could have an epic feud as the number 1 and number 2
Wait a minute.
of my company.
I have something to say.
Where you gonna at? From behind the camera.
Is this gonna be a Ring of Honor, ex-Ring of Honor draft?
No.
Because that's what this is looking like.
I took Cody first, Ryan.
He took pick Cody first.
Marcus, what's your number 2 pick? Who you going with?
My number 2 pick. Now, this may shock a lot of people.
Oh, you better not take somebody else from my list.
This may shock a lot of people who I'm going with here. But I'm a man who thinks that wrestling is sold by talking. And I've never seen this guy wrestle only as under one name, and I don't think he was that good. So this is pretty much a gamble. And I shouldn't even take him this high. I'm taking Damien Sandow at number 2. I enjoy his promos on SmackDown right now of him using big words and talking about entertainment and all this and that. But I feel that wrestling is built on talking, and I heard good things about him in FCW and that he's a star in the making. And I feel that Damien Sandow is a guy that will put butts in the seat in my company.
Marcus, and I feel that's a good valid pick. I think number 2 is kind of high. I had him at 16 on my list.
Really? I don't even know how many people we were drafted.
But we're drafting 5. But Marcus, I had to have people in case you picked other people. But Marcus, I totally agree with you where you need someone who can talk. Why I picked Cody Rhodes. Why I kept Seth Rollins. So with my number 3 pick, Ryan, just to make you feel better, I am not even going WWE or Ring of Honor. I'm jumping into the TNA bandwagon, my
who goes to the TNA
and I'm taking my boy from overseas across the pond, Brutus Magnus. Brutus Magnus.
I had to get up after that one. That was next.
I enjoy Brutus Magnus, and I feel that right now in TNA, he is being held down by being associated with Samoa Joe. I feel that.
That's a good tag team, I think.
No, Brutus Magnus is better than the tag team right now. He can talk, he can go in the ring, he's charismatic, and damn it, he's just Brutus Magnus. And think about it. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Brutus Magnus. This is an epic company that's being built up right now, Marcus. Epic company. We ain't even seen Mr. Sandow wrestle, so we don't know what he can do. But he can talk. Brutus can do it all, man. Woo! Go ahead, Marcus. Your turn. Your number 3 pick.
Brutus can't really do it all. He ain't the best wrestler in the world. He ain't. We got 3 minutes left? That's a damn shame. We picked 3 people. Now, I had a question. I didn't post this in our pre-meeting. That our tag teams count as one person.
It depends on. I kind of had, because the Briscoes were on my list and I had them ranked individually different.
Really?
So,
how did you pick Marco and Jay?
Well, because they were really at the bottom of my list, so they weren't getting picked anyway.
I was just curious because well, it doesn't even matter right now because I don't see you picking the tag team right now. My next pick is Daniel Bryan.
Oh, sorry, Marcus. That is a disqualified. Daniel Bryan is 30 years of age.
That's what I said.
Yes.
He is 30 years of age, Marcus. You are not able. No, Marcus. No, Marcus. You said under 30. Under 30 specifically means that they have not reached the age of 30 years old. Marcus, from the email that you sent me, Marcus, that's why I have this list of all the people who do not qualify to be in your company because they are too damn old. So, Daniel Bryan, Marcus, is not there. And I really thought I was going to have to tell you this when you picked your first pick, but you went for your number 3 pick to pick Daniel Bryan.
You just destroyed this man's entire list. I think he's screwed.
So, Marcus, do you have a backup plan?
I'm paying Shingo.
I don't know how old Shingo is. If you take a Shingo, feel free.
I'm taking Shingo. I like Shingo's wrestlability in Dragon Gate USA and Dragon Gate and all that. I think he has a very good style, very Smash Mouth style, and I'm taking him because that's what I like. I like Smash Mouth wrestling with somewhat a big guy, and then good style.